Hey guys, this is Sketch, and today we're going to be drawing Wolverine. Now let's start talking about the basics real quick. First we're going to start with the head, the chest, the waist, and then the legs. Now, if you know what Wolverine looks like, he's kind of short. He's not like as tall as everybody else. So make sure you draw his waist level lower than anybody else than like any other regular person would look like. Like, let's see, he's like 5'9" to like 5'6" maybe. But all I know is that he's like short, so his arms are a lot more bulkier than his waist. Also, his waist I'm gonna adjust later, but it's a little shorter. I made a little error, but I'm just saying. And this just in case you drew that, I'm gonna fix it in a sec. But right now we're just still gonna be drawing his arms. Now we're gonna just start slightly erasing his body so I don't have to overline everything really dark and everything. So right now I'm just gonna add the muscle on his arms. The reason why I erased is because I didn't want the line showing through, so it would confuse people. So right now I'm just gonna start buffing up his torso and muscling up his other arm a little bit more. And of course it's just gonna take a second to muscle up his arms. Like I said, his arms are really bulky. I think it might be the adamantium, that's why it's like hard to lift up with like regular muscle, so he's gotta be like bulky. I think that's the reason why. So right now we're just gonna start adding some muscle to the torso and like a six-pack and stuff, you know. I mean, like I said, it's not as bulky as his arms, but still you should really consider it. So right now I'm just gonna start drawing the fists in and his claws. Now that's not what I'm actually gonna draw it, but but I'm gonna put it in more detail later. But right now I'm just putting those as like the three main claws right now. I'm just gonna draw his other arm. Now don't just draw his claws on that arm yet, because I'm just gonna draw it in a lot better later, so you guys can have like a clear view. So right now we're just gonna start on his costume. Now this costume I'm drawing of him is a different version than the ones that you guys think, like from the classical cartoon and stuff. I'm not gonna draw from there. I'm gonna actually draw a different costume because I kind of like this costume a lot. I think it looks better than his original costume from the cartoon series. So I'm just gonna start drawing his gloves. Now as you can see, I'm starting to fix the claws a little bit more, put a little bit more detail, putting the stuff in right now. I keep saying this stuff, that doesn't even, like, what does that even mean? I don't even know. But I'm just gonna start doing some more detail on the belt. His belt has an X on it and a couple of buckles on it. But they're like metal, so I'm gonna start drawing some hair on his arms. Put some more detail on the gloves. Right now we're just gonna start drawing his face. Now it's basically like just two arches on his head part of his costume. It's pretty basic, as you can see. And now I'm just gonna start drawing a bit of his head. Of course, I didn't want to make it a little small, so I drew it a little bit bigger than how I did before. Let's make some details right there. Make sure his chin and his cheek and his mouth muscles are there. They seem to perk out a little bit more than usual people, but it's whatever. So right now I'm just gonna go back to the claws. This is where you should take note, because I didn't feel like drawing that much detail on like the first part of drawing his claws, so I wouldn't have to like erase it again, like as you see on those claws right there. Now this part I don't really have to speak that much. All you're basically doing is just outlining the whole drawing with marker. Of course you can use any other supply besides marker, but I prefer using markers since I wanted to keep that style of like cartoonish drawing, like comic type drawings. Fumbling on words. So right now I'm just gonna start outlining a little bit more. Of course, remember you have to draw the hair on his arms too. Oh guys, it doesn't pop up that much on there, and now since I outlined, you can clearly see the hair on his arms. Now we're just gonna erase and start coloring. Now, I don't really want to speak that much about the whole costume design and the whole character, since everybody already knows what Wolverine's all about. Wolverine basically is a mutant. Professor Xavier sees him as like a potential ally, so he takes him in arms and stuff. Of course, he already knows his powers. He got claws, a healing factor, and that's about it. But other than that, he's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it, and thanks for watching this video, and goodbye.